Holiday doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Today only, get select 1-quart poinsettias and select translucent plant saucers for $1 each. That means for a limited time, you can decorate to get in the Christmas spirit for less. Shop in-store to make sure you don't miss out on big savings all day. But hurry, these offers won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 11/28, in-store only, limit 16 per person. Selection varies by location, while supplies last.
And now it's time for No Pucks Given with Dan Kingerski of Pittsburgh Hockey Now. Penguin Scoops locker room buzz and straight-up analysis. No fluff, all hockey. Now, here's Dan.
It's the Rutger McGroarty Watch. I am Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now platforms. It's No Pucks Given episode like 41 or so. At this point, I'm just making it up. It's on the Odyssey Podcast Network. It's on wherever you get your podcast and YouTube. So this has been the podcast from hell. This is like 2.5 hours in the making, trying to figure out how to get everything working. There's just some little gremlin chasing me around. And you know me, it has to be kind of perfect or I'll keep redoing it and redoing it. This is like episode 41, take 10. The Rutger McGroarty Watch. So here's what we're going to talk about on this week's show. Obviously, when I drove from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia on Sunday, I actually had to rent a car. I'll tell you why in a minute. I kept checking my phone. It seemed like every 15 minutes, waiting for that recall. Now? How about now? What about now? How about now? And it never came. Instead, the Penguins actually made a couple of demotions. Danton Heinen, I know you're outraged about that. And Tristan Brose. To lead off that part of the conversation, no, I don't understand that either. I'm confused by it. It's awkward. We'll get into that because the umbrella of this week's show are, in fact, the rookies. What a real youth movement looks like. And that's going to kind of tie everything together because the third little topic we're going to talk about is Kyle Dubas. I mean, it has to be tempting to make a move to fortify this team. But now he's coming to a three-pronged fork in the road. And we'll get to that because I do think the team is teetering. So here we go. What is a youth movement? What does it look like? And I think you're getting a real good look at one with the Penguins now. Like a real one. Sure. When Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, when those guys put on skates as 18, or in Malkin's case, a little bit older, they went straight up, straight to the moon, did they? Well, that's not normal. Things go up and then things go down, and they can go sideways for a minute. It might take a couple of bites at the apple, 2 or 3 call-ups, before a player puts it all together. I was just a little bit struck on Saturday night when the Maple Leafs just took the Penguins to the woodshed. The Penguins have had 9 rookies in their lineup this season. But on Saturday, there were only 2 rookie skaters. 3 rookies total if you count Arturs Shilovs, who started in net and lasted, not quite 25 minutes. Where are the rookies? Where are all of the young players? I mean, you can't blame Dan Muse, and you don't think he's holding them back, do you? You certainly can't blame Kyle Dubas. You don't think he is somehow like behind closed doors saying, yeah, I know, but we need Danton Heinen and Kevin Hayes and Nola Chari in the lineup to make Sid happy. I mean, come on, get a hold of yourselves. I've actually had that reply numerous times to me on X and different places. Get a hold of yourself, all right? Let's get both feet on the planet and ground ourselves in it. No, this is what happens. And we can go down through the list of the Penguins rookies because there's only been one who really seized the opportunity, Ben Kindel. He came into training camp probably a little bit behind the 8 ball. He didn't have a good rookie camp, and first day or two of training camp, he looked like he was a step behind, or just he looked like, okay, he'll be going back to the WHL pretty soon here. And then, poof, he just went for it. He seized his opportunity, playing with that hunger and that desire, and using the hockey IQ to figure out whatever he could as fast as he could. And it worked. The other rookie who had the eye-opening, jaw-dropping training camp, Harrison Brunicke, it hasn't worked. I mean, let's review the Brunicke situation here, because I think there is a great lesson to learn in Harrison Brunicke. Because people in the organization were talking, they were like, yeah, look at this kid. He's got it. Fans were happy. Media was all over him. It looked like his ascendancy. First couple of games in the NHL regular season went okay, well, kind of pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. And then it just became a very quick descent. And to the point where I don't necessarily know that the Penguins yet know exactly what they're going to do. There are still a few paths available to them, but that's common. You have the ups, and then you have the downs.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Unfortunately, most rookies have to go through several downs before they find their level. I mean, a lot of guys come up and they play on pure emotion and adrenaline for the first, 3, 5, maybe? Some guys can squeeze 7 games out of it. But eventually that wears off, and you're left with yourself and hockey. And these guys have to figure it out, how to play with the appropriate amount of energy, how to play with that intensity and desire and still keep your head about you. It's not easy, is it? I mean, all these guys struggle. Owen Pickering is another prime example of kind of that up and the down and the way down and trying to figure it out. In fact, we have a moment we can sort of investigate Pickering's deal here, because he probably played a solid 15 games last season, like a very competent, strong defense. And then he began to sort of tail off and wane a little bit. And so by the time he got to 25 games, his play had slipped, and the Penguins gave him a quick hook. Different situation last year. I don't think Kyle Dubas would give Owen Pickering the same hook this season. But instead, Pickering is trying to figure it out. He came into training camp. He didn't have a great camp. He was kind of invisible. He was okay throughout all of training camp. He never seized his opportunity, and so he gets sent down. He goes down, he plays well, he gets the call back up, he gets another opportunity, third pairing with Harrison Brunicke. It doesn't go well, because once again, Owen Pickering is pulling back. He's playing too restrained, way too vanilla or bland. But that's all part of him at 21 years old, figuring it out. And there's a lot to figure out. And so when I get this stuff on X and social media, let the kids play. Let them make mistakes. There is a whole second part to that people are overlooking. I mean, because they make for great bumper stickers, right? Play the kids, let them make mistakes. But we're not talking about Little League here, where it doesn't matter. There can be an absolute harm to these players. Make mistakes. Mistakes pile up. Pile up, pile up, pile up. Do you think the players are just oblivious to this? Other players and the player in question? No, there can be a real drawback when the player begins to lose his confidence, begins to question himself or this or that. And now the organization has a responsibility not just to itself, but to the player to sort of pull back so that things don't go badly or get worse. I tend to think Harrison Brunicke was starting to flirt with that lack of confidence. And I'm hoping for his sake we don't see that at the World Juniors, if in fact he does play in the World Juniors. I would hate to see this sort of awkward season that he's having negatively impact him, especially for the World Juniors and how important they are. You know, I'm kind of reminded of talking with Brian Rust a few years ago. And I think it was when Sam Poulin and Nathan Legare were trying to break in. But before I tell that story, dun 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 dun, we're going to take this break here on the Odyssey Podcast Network. The video will continue, but we're taking the break on the podcast network right now.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.